This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I don't know. Why would they sit there and watch us talk into microphones and look at each other and look at your faces that you give me sometimes?
And co-host Marney Winfield.
In situations like that, if you take the time to weigh the pros and cons of your involvement in something, I think this is across the board with a lot of things in life. You know, does it make sense for me in my world?
Depends what you're talking about. It is the 19th of October, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marney Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Now, we're doing it very early today. Normally, we do it at the end of the day. The reason why I started doing it at the end of the day, because then I knew I had to stay sober to do the podcast. So it's just another thing for me to add to my arsenal. Meetings, sober living, podcasting. Yeah. So I thought, why not? But today, oh my gosh, I got a lot to talk about. First of all, I apologize for the last podcast on Saturday. I don't even remember doing it, really. I was falling asleep, I remember. I remember the looks that you were giving me of like, oh my God, I can't believe you're still even, are you talking? Like, you just, like, it was like a skill that you didn't even know I had. I could sleep and talk, and it wasn't gibberish. It didn't make any sense with what we were talking about. Like, I asked you something about cereal. I'm like, what kind of cereal did we buy or something?
Yeah. And it was all in a rolling sentence. You were talking and you went from one subject to another subject without even like pausing. And then all of a sudden you said, what kind of cereal did we buy?
Yeah, I think that's a good skill that I have that I should maybe put on a resume.
You did keep that though, right?
I think so, yeah.
We need to listen to it. I
don't ever want to listen to that podcast.
Oh, it was creepy though. It was almost like I needed to snap my fingers or something like to wake you up. You were sleep podcasting. No kidding.
It was so crazy, but little did we know, I was actually getting sick, and I was kind of starting to feel it at the end of the day. We had kind of a long day, and you had a really long day, and it was just a long day for both of us. And so when we decided to sit down to do the podcast, I was spent. I started feeling a little ugh. You know, when you start getting sick, and I just got over COVID, I just started feeling like, hey, it might finally be gone, because I tested negative, I think, on the 28th of September. It was at the end of September, whatever. And that didn't mean it was gone, unfortunately. Like, it was like a roller coaster is how I explained it. It was up and down, up and down. Like, I'd have good days and then it would go right back to the shit again. And it was just like, and when you have COVID like that, and you just want to be normal again. You just want to be out there, and boom, and it comes back. Or, you know, the sore throat had never went away, and it was just really making me mad. So I went to the doctor the other day and I told her not impressed with the COVID vaccine at all. And she's like, well, you would have, and of course that's what and I'm sure I've said this again many times on this podcast, is they say that you would have been much worse though if you hadn't gotten the vaccine. And my response to that is like telling me that I don't want to win the lottery because people who win the lottery are miserable. Shut up. You don't know that. You don't know that the vaccine would have made me better, would have made me worse. You don't know that. I don't know that if I wouldn't have gotten the vaccine, that I wouldn't have gotten COVID. I don't know that. There's a lot of things I don't know, but I know I got it, and I got the damn vaccine, and everybody's making a big deal about it, and they're throwing Eric Clapton under their bus because he's supporting some guy out there that I thought it was a good thing. I believe it's your right to do whatever the hell you want. Personal opinion. If you want to get the vaccine, get it. If you don't. I don't care. I got it. Didn't work. There you go. I don't know. But Eric Clapton, this dude was doing a concert overseas or whatever, Freedom Festival in the UK, and they arrested him, the guy, the singer guy or whatever, and the obstruction of COVID regulations. They threw him in jail, and he has all these legal fees, and their car broke down. So Eric Clapton gave him some money, bought him a new van. I'm like, that's pretty cool, man. And now people are like, oh, he's an anti-vaxxer. F Eric Clapton. He's racist because he made some remarks back in the 70s about immigrants. All right, first of all, let me point out, Eric Clapton was a drunk back then. He's sober. He's been sober for quite a while now. But to label Eric Clapton as a racist, no. That would, in my opinion, that would be like someone today, which probably happened a few years ago. Kid Rock probably said it. Let's build the wall. Let's keep the immigrants out. And then 30 years from now, look, Kid Rock's racist. Look, man, he said to keep them immigrants out. He meant Mexicans. Yeah, he meant there was people coming to this country that we don't know about and that we should probably know who's coming into this country. Yeah, same thing. So, like, I don't know, to like kind of, and there's no audio recording of Eric Clapton. There's just people going, oh, yeah, I remember him saying something like that. And so to like put him on this spotlight, if he's a racist and F him, he doesn't think people should get vaccinated. Eric Clapton got vaccinated back in the 70s as some other thing that was going around, and it really effed him up. And I can definitely see why he's like, no, I'm not really going to go through that again this time. Thanks.
What was it for?
I don't know what it was for. It was like, it's a really crazy ass name. But there was like, it's safe for everyone. No, it wasn't. And like, it really wasn't. Like, it was a kind of big deal back then, but I don't know if people remember that or not. I wasn't born yet.
No. Then I for sure wasn't.
You definitely weren't. I was just about to come into it. But, so I don't know. That's my little take on that stuff. But, so anyway. So, yeah. So, Saturday, I apologize. Please don't listen to that podcast. Listen to like 2 before that. That'd be great. But
and that's the second one we tried.
Mm-hmm. And then it took me forever to even add Tyrone at the end. Like, that's all I had to do. And, like, I don't know why, but it just, I think I kept falling asleep or, I don't know, man. That was a crazy night. At one point, I was like, I'm just not going to do it at all. And then Sunday, I was sick as hell. Like, I got up early and I thought, all right, I'm going to do some homework today and do that. And I was like, man, my throat hurts. But it wasn't, like, the COVID throat hurt was more like in my Adam's apple. But this one was more like where a normal throat would hurt, like up in your tonsils or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, damn it. And I just felt sick. And then Tyrone texted me, all right, Buffalo Wild Wings today. And I'm like, damn it. Because I mentioned, hey, guys, we can meet up. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll do it. You know, and I was like, F it, I'll do it. And so I got up and you saw me, started trying to be productive. And I tried to just kind of will it away. Like, I can either lay around and, oh, I'm sick, or I can just, damn it, no, I'm not. Let's get some stuff done. That approach, it didn't help any. Because then I got back home from Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm like, oh, my God, that was such a mistake. I should have done that. And then I started getting the feeling that you got when you got COVID before you gave it to me.
Oh.
Yeah. You had like pain in your stomach. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking, because you tested positive and you tested positive. And I was like, oh, shit. Because like later that night or whatever, I was getting the same kind of, to me, I wouldn't say it was a pain. It was more of a like an empty, hungry, hollow feeling in your stomach. And I started getting it. I was like, oh, no. So the next day when I went and tested, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it. And I did. I got it. Well, on Sunday, I started feeling that. And I had just eaten a whole bunch. So I started feeling that. And I'm like, well, maybe it's because I ate too much. You know, one time I pigged out on the buffet. I ate every pie on the buffet. And then the next day, my pancreas, I had acute pancreatitis. It was too much fat and stuff or something, the sugar. I don't know. So, yeah, that was hell. But so I'm like, well, maybe it's that. And then it just kept hurting more and more. But then it just kind of leveled off. Well, the pancreatitis just hurt. And then just kept going. Like there was no like 1 to 10. Oh, no. It went 1 to 10, 15, 25. It was still going. Like there was. So this was kind of weird. So I'm like, oh, man, maybe it's COVID. But then I had a ride I had to do yesterday. I promised the kid I would take him. So I told him, I was like, look, bro.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. And he was like, I've already had COVID. And I'm like, you know what? It probably do you good if you got it. Not just kidding. I didn't say that. I was hurting the whole time. I was like, the kid was probably like, man, dude, I thought we were going to talk about cool stuff like we always do, you know, but it was the worst 8 hours of my life. I got home. It was so bad yesterday. It was miserable. It was hell. Damn. And I'm just like 100%. And then it's weird because there's a certain smell I've never smelled before until I got COVID. And then when COVID was gone, when it was negative, I didn't smell it anymore. But I started smelling that again. And I don't even know how to explain it. And I don't even know where it comes from. It's just, yeah. No, but it's not all the time.
There has to be somebody else out there, and maybe if it is somehow connected.
Yeah, but it's just a weird, I don't even know how to describe the smell.
Or maybe you're just making it up.
No, I'm not. I smell it. And it's just like fall. Like when you go out in your car in the fall and you're like, ooh, crisp fall morning, like your car smells different. Like things smell different. Mm-hmm. And you can relate those things, different things. I'll always relate that smell to COVID because I've never smelled it until I had COVID. And I was in the car yesterday and I'm like, where's that coming from? Like,
is it like musty? Is it like sweet? Is it
it's a little sweet. If I had to put a color to it, I will put maroon. It smells like maroon.
Okay.
If you can do that. That's what it smells like, maroon.
Okay.
So it was like, I'm like, damn it. But I go tomorrow to get tested, but I was hurting so bad yesterday. Like I hurt today, but I hurt so bad yesterday. Today, I feel like I'm walking on clouds. I mean, I'd say today, like earlier, I was like 60%. I'd say I'm about 70%.
That's very impressive.
Compared to yesterday, I mean, I still have bouts in the bathroom. I had 3 trips this morning, and it's 1:29 right now. But man, yesterday it hurt everything. My joints, every joint in my fingers hurt, my toes, my ankles, my knees, everything. And my stomach still hurts. I can't take a deep breath. It's such a different type of COVID, I think. Maybe it's not COVID. I don't know. But those 2 signs that tell me it is COVID, I believe it's COVID.
Maybe you got the real COVID this time before you had the variant COVID.
Maybe. I don't know. I talked to the woman that we're going to have on the podcast soon. She posted a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, maybe September. But anyway, she had her 4 years clean. And I was like, hey, congrats. I'd love to have you on the podcast. You can tell your story. And said she was a little busy at the time, but she would let me know. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, she finally hit me up, and I was like, well, I'm dying. I got COVID. And I was like, I just had COVID. I think I got, I'm pretty sure I got it again. She said she had it twice. I was like, damn. So that does happen. We should get like, when we play the lottery, we should get like 1,000 picks. Like if I'm just going to I want to play the lotto. Okay, you automatically get 1,000 because you had COVID twice. Like there should be extra stuff for us, for people that get it twice.
Yeah. And I'll if you have it, I'll end up getting it.
Hell yeah, it's only fair. I know, that's what I was thinking about last night, because I started feeling better at like 2 a.m. I got up and I was like, oh my God, I didn't have a fever anymore. And I was like, oh my God, because I put a fan right on me. And I was like, man, I should go in there and just go to bed with her. I really hated sleeping in a different room. And I was like, well, you know what? She gave me damn COVID. I can give her damn COVID right back. Like, only fair, baby. I love you just as much as you love me.
No, so it's not about, you're just like, I want to sleep in my own bed.
No, yeah, that's what it was, and I want to sleep in my bed as my wife, so that's where I want to sleep. If you get COVID, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
I can't worry about how you feel. I can't control how you feel.
Right.
That's not up to me.
That's true. No, I'll take it if you give it to me. That's fine.
I know you take it when I give it to you. I thought you were talking about the credit cards.
That too.
Oh, where's my laugh track when I need it?
Just kidding.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's too late to hit it, so I'm not going to do it.
But actually, 3 days before this.
Friday?
What day did we go up north?
Saturday?
Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Was Saturday? I was just saying that what we saw on Saturday is starting to happen outside our window here and out of the studio.
I don't know what you're seeing.
The color's changing.
Oh, I guess you have a different view. All I have is a screen in front of me and green trees.
Oh, no. See, I have changing over here.
If you look on the ground, I guess.
No, over this way.
Yeah, we did the Tunnel of Trees. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful spot in Harbor Springs, Michigan. But we went a week too early.
Yeah.
It was nothing like last year. Last year was beautiful.
I know.
Sure, not so much. But it hasn't been as cold.
Right. But it will change like that. We just picked the wrong time to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fall is my favorite season. I do have something else I want to share. I don't know if you have anything you want to bring up right now. Or you just being co-host. That's cool. All right, anyway. So I posted this, friend of mine had called the other day, and he was having some issues, and I've been in his spot many times. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, I just kind of want to end it all, man. And I don't know if I talked about that the other day or not. I don't really remember Saturday's podcast, but I texted him back, and kind of talked him off the ledge a little bit. And in there, I told him too, I was like, it takes what it takes, and it all happens for a reason. We have no idea why, but our job isn't to know why. Our job is to keep going and not give up. And I thought, that would be a cool picture. So I put that on a picture, and I put Road to Recovery, and I posted it on Facebook and on all the social media. I don't know if anybody's seen that.
I saw it.
Yeah, and it had actually a picture from the trip that we were on. You can see all the green trees that are supposed to be.
It's still beautiful.
Yeah, it's still a pretty cool pic. And a friend who's in recovery in our fantasy football league and just kicked your ass. And his team's badass. It really is. I'm proud of Keith.
Yeah.
He wrote on there a comment. He said, just curious why everyone is so proud of recovery. Nobody else but the people in recovery get it. And it's pretty much our fault. With a slash of genetics, nobody else in the world praises their sobriety. I'm not sure what he meant. Good for everyone that lives sober, but just enjoy life. Nobody needs attention for doing what they should be doing. And I've heard people say that before at an AA meeting. It was an older guy, and he was like, you can't pat yourself on the back. You're supposed to be doing that. How you going to, pat yourself on the back for not drinking today? You're supposed to do that, And I was just like, all right, man, whatever. The point I'm getting at here is you do what you do. And I responded to Keith later in there that what keeps me sober is helping other people know that it's okay. I messed up a lot, and I was once hopeless, like so many people still are today. I do pat myself on the back for doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because for 20 years, I didn't know how to do that. Every little victory reminds me that I've changed and that I'm actually living life. Now trade me Derrick Henry. But yeah, because for me though, it is, and some people will say that, don't pat yourself on the back, man. Because I remember them days I didn't know how to do that stuff. And then when you can notice the change in yourself, I'm sure my friend Jamie Kelly can pat himself on the back a lot. And I still tell him to pat himself on the back, pat yourself on the back. You did good. And when you come face to face with a situation where the old you would have done the wrong thing and you do the right thing, pat yourself on the back.
Absolutely.
Every day, every time. Because damn it, you deserve it. It's hard, it's hard. You and I both know we had a long road to recovery. And I was just looking at my hospital visits. And
oh my gosh.
Looking for an MRI from 2017. I'm going through, and it pulls up every time I went to the hospital and all the levels I blew. And I was like, oof.
Yeah.
And it was kind of ironic, but not really. But yesterday was the 18th of October. I had a shitty day, felt like hell. Well, apparently 3 years ago, 2018.
I was going to say, where was I?
2018, I was in the hospital. 0.408 or 0.480.
That's insane.
Yeah, they say legal limit is 0.02. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I did it. So I did things.
So yeah, ask that person if not patting your back on yourself every day and keeps you healthy and where you're at. I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
Yeah, for sure. And that being able to help somebody to know, because for me it was hard to even open up about it to anybody until I opened up about it, and then I was like, oh my God, that's so freeing. But being on the radio, being this radio guy, like, if I came clean with it, man, people, they're not gonna want to hire me. They don't want me around. They're gonna think I'm some loser. And then when I just opened, it was so freeing. It really was. When I just came out, I was like, "Yep, here we go." And I started the podcast. Like, boom, here we go. Like, not hiding anything anymore, and that really helped me. And I think the more people that come out and do that kind of stuff, the more society is going to accept it. Like, yeah, that guy wants to change his life. He doesn't want to hide in the basement anymore. But so many people still want to keep it down. And, no, don't let him know. Let's keep that in the basement. Nobody has to know. Oh, he's not hard. No, he doesn't have a problem. Just come out and say, yeah, man, I need help with this.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm doing with everything I post on there. And if that can help somebody, that's cool, man. If that can help somebody, if they read that and then they have a friend who's struggling, they go, hey, man, look. And then they repeat that exact phrase or something similar about, don't give up, man. And we don't know why things happen, but they do. And they happen for a reason. Like yesterday, God made me sick as hell so that today, when I'm still sick, but I don't feel sick as hell, I'm happy and I can do a podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. It's not my job to know why. It's my job to just keep going. Do what I can do.
There you go.
And we're not recording this either. Well, we're recording it, but not video. But did we decide we're going to do that like once a week or something?
What, record it?
Did we talk about that?
To put it on Zoom? Yeah, we did talk about that. Do you not remember that?
I don't. But I thought I did.
Wow, we really should listen to those.
I'm not ever going to listen to that podcast.
No, the one before that one was even funnier.
Oh, Jesus. I know you were like, you could cut that up with a lot of clips or something.
Yeah, I did. Tell me you saved it. You still have it.
Yeah, it's in the road thing. Like it saves it on the little disc thing. And,
Oh, for sure. We're finding that.
oh, I still can't breathe very much. Like,
God, do you remember the days when we couldn't remember what we did the day before, and it wasn't because of drinking or drugs?
yeah.
Well, this is a number, a lot of firsts.
Yeah, and that's what kind of makes me mad too, because I think I told you that, like, back in the day when, we would drink ourselves into oblivion and we'd wake up and have to go through the hell that we went through, we'd be like, well, I deserve it. I deserve every bit of this pain. Did it to myself. Now I just wake, I'm like, God, what are you doing, bro? Like, I think I prayed to him. Like, I don't know if you heard me or not. I don't know if I was even saying it out loud, but I was like, I'm doing good things, man. Like, why are you punishing me with this? Like,
You were, oh man, you were in so much pain.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I never had my whole body hurt like that. That's why I'm like, it has to be COVID. And with the smell and the stomach
We'll
thing.
find out tomorrow, though.
We'll find out tomorrow. Taking bets now.
Right?
Call our bookie Justin. 231. I'm just kidding. Justin's gonna be like, oh dude, that's a great idea. I should be a bookie. I could be a bookie for the 27. And I'm like, shut up, Justin. What else was? I still haven't got the auction up because, again, the weekend I felt like crap. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it today. Like, I really need to just get some rest because I'm feeling as much as I'm feeling good right now. I know that it's just like I'm only feeling good because I'm not feeling as bad as I did yesterday.
Right.
But like I said, I can't hardly breathe. Really, I can't take a deep breath. It hurts so bad, and like trips to the bathroom just very common. So throat hurts again. So I mean, those things are still there, and just gonna try to do what I can do. But I do need to rest, and that's one thing that they say is stay hydrated and rest if you have COVID. So do that, and shout out to my guys that have been reaching out for help. They know I don't judge them. I'm here for them. And if people reach out to you, try to do the same. Judging them, bashing them, making them feel less than, shaming them, really doesn't help.
Doesn't help. Doesn't get them anywhere. Because
they're probably drinking. Some people will tell you, I drink because it's fun. That's how it starts. But when you get trapped into it, and it's probably the same with the other drugs too, you get trapped into it. There's a point where you want to stop, but you just can't. And whether it be mentally or physically or both, it's hard. And the more you beat these people down, the more you're just going to push them away, and they're going to feel ashamed and even less than. And there's no, if you really care for them, there's no time and no place for that. So just kind of think about that if you can.
And if they can hear someone that they care about, tell them to hang on and that they're not being shamed, and they'll help them get help. I mean, that can mean someone's life. Yeah,
you're not saying, hey, buddy, go out and get drunk tonight. I'll still talk to you tomorrow. You're not saying that at all.
Right.
Because you don't want to talk to drunk people. I don't want to talk to drunk people either. But when they call or reach out and say, hey, man, I need some help. All right, what are we going to do? A lot of times it's hard for them to make the plans, and that's fine. You can do that. But then you just got to leave it in their court. Like, you can only do so much as well. Don't enable. Don't be like, oh, hey, yeah, just call me every Monday when you're sober. Whatever, man. And some people say, well, if that's what it takes too. I mean, if they want to call me and say they're going to come over and bring me some money, sure. But like, they're just going to call me every Monday and say the same stuff over and over, how they're going to quit drinking next weekend, and next weekend they're not going to drink, and then they call me I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
Call me about something else. But
yeah,
I think a lot of people don't understand that. They just think, oh, no. Like, no, you're actually enabling them, because they think every Monday when they call you to tell you that they're not drinking this next weekend, that you believe them, and then that they're all good. So the next Monday they're going to call you again and be like, all I got to do is call Corey and get his A-OK that I didn't do too bad. But they're like, but he didn't drink for one day of the week. That's good. That's harm reduction.
Yeah, right.
Now it's a waste of my time. Let them call you. That's what I say.
Wow.
Anywho.
Well, and I was going to say, I know that Thursdays is shout out.
You missed it last Thursday.
I know. I did. But anyhow, I'm going to do a shout out to Shane Dagner, good friend of ours. And hopefully we're going to be having him on a podcast in the near future. And he can talk about, his go at recovery and how he's doing, which is amazing. and how important it is when you realize that there is a good life out there when it's actually unfolded for you. The same feeling that we feel, every day, that, you actually you want to help the people that are going through the same thing more so than ever. And to be able to be in that position where you're healthy and safe and, a good head on your shoulders to be able to talk to those people and get them the help they need. It could be anybody, employer, employee, doesn't matter, neighbor, friend, family member. But hopefully we'll have him on soon. So,
yeah, he was one of the people that hit us up over the weekend for some advice. Mm-hmm. It's cool that people can call us and they know we're real about it and they know it's about. Of course, it wasn't for him, but it was for someone else. But he just was like, "Yo, man, I'm not a drinker. I don't know how this stuff works."
Isn't that crazy though? Mm-hmm. How different it is.
But then he sees it firsthand. He's like, "Oh my God!" Like,
yeah.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the first time I saw Rob when he was all messed up. I was like, oh my God, like this is nuts. Mm-hmm. Like, whoa, like, oh my God.
And how somebody can judge somebody else and what their drug of choice is by like what they wear. No, it's funny because when I was working nights at an overnight residential facility and we had a new person come in and she's like, after she introduced, it was late. She had come in. I don't know what time we did her intake, but it was like the next day, and I'd come in again, and she had whole overnight slept and has eaten and so on. She's like, "Hey, I saw you last night." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "How long you been here?" And I'm like, "I work here." And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "I could have sworn you were a tweaker." And I was like, "Where did that come from?" I'm like, well, I don't remember what I was wearing at the time, but probably just a hoodie and like, I don't know, I think I had bracelets and stuff on, but I know it's funny. I was like, what? How'd you get that? But anyway, I was like, nope, alky, boozer all day long. No, but I mean, hey, don't get confused because I've had my share of all kinds of drugs. So, but the difference in the, he said to me, I can't read, this is a phone call you were on. He said how the cravings are the same. Like the obsession is there.
Yeah.
It's the same. So, but anyway, we'll let him talk about that.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on for sure. But I know Kate Kerr was supposed to be on today. We were going to do a Zoom thing, but it had to be in the morning, and I was not about to do that. I forgot to text her to tell her that we weren't doing it. I don't know if she listens to the podcast anyway. So, Sorry, Kate. A little shout out to you. Sorry we didn't have you on today, but I really want her on to talk about the Hope Not Handcuffs program.
Yeah.
So it's a real good program, man. It really is. And a lot of people hear the handcuffs, they think, oh, police involved. I would recommend no. You can. They say you can go to the state police post and whatever, but I would not do that personally. Just wouldn't. Because I've heard that, if you have a warrant or they could just, no, you're not going to treatment, buddy. The treatment you're going is over there in cell block 5. I don't know if that's really a thing, but yeah, so I would just call Kate or Hope Not Handcuffs. You call them, you say, I need help. I need to get to treatment. They'll definitely hook you up. They know the people who do the intakes and stuff at the treatment center, so they know where you can go, where to put you. And like you could call them, like, oh, you have to wait a week for a bed. You call Kate, and she calls you back and says, yeah, they can get you tomorrow.
Yeah, and is that anywhere in northern?
Kate handles northern Michigan.
Okay,
but they can also all over the state, except Southwest Michigan, I think. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on, Mom. You're not doing nothing. Let's start something.
Yeah.
Come on, Kylie. What are you doing? Doing with your life. It's my sister. But, oh, man. Just got a bad feeling in my tummy. But yeah. So that's all we got today, I think.
Yeah.
My stomach just told me that we're done for now.
We got to wrap it up.
Yeah,
early.
We're done now. Okay, we're done. But Thursday, I'm going to have a guest on. I just can't remember who. And then Saturday, I'm going to have Jacob Sparks on. And we're going to do a Zoom.
Cool.
So we'll record that. And it's funny because people are like, oh, then you can edit it. And ain't no editing going on here, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Be prepared.
Unprofessional podcast you've been on. No, I've like touched up some things or took out something here or there when you like glared at me and said that I will die if I leave that in there. But normally, no, we don't edit things, you know, just let it flow.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out who's Thursday's guest on Thursday, I guess.
Okay.
So have a good one, and holla at you later. And please pray for me, and don't get COVID because it sucks.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app and support recovery by rating us in the App Store.